No.
So I agree on that point that Vlad is probably our least impactful
Isn't
impact
that
guy.
a weird way of saying that, eh? Patreon.com/the Walk Off Podcast. $4 a month gets you in there. Make or break seasons for the Toronto Blue Jays. Now I wanna frame this in a way where the Blue Jays season has a ceiling and a floor. And we have some. The term that I saw, this was a Nick Ashburn article on Sportsnet. And he referred to these players as high variance players. And I love that term. Okay, so shout out to Nick Ashburn for the term high variance. I don't know if he came up with it, but I love it and I'm going to use it. High variance players. So we're talking a guy who, Vladdy, can hit 50 home runs this year. He can also hit 30.
Yep.
Bo Bichette, if we see the September Bo Bichette all season long, or if we don't see it at all, right? Jose Berrios, I think we can all agree his ceiling is all-star. His floor is leading the league in earned runs. Which Blue Jays player of these high variance guys will have the biggest impact on the Toronto Blue Jays season in general? Which guy can make or break the season more than anybody else for the Blue Jays, Garth?
Um, those are all three of those are really interesting guys. Because we've seen both sides of it. Like we've seen Vladdy slump, we've seen Vladdy carry this team. You know, we don't make the playoffs last year unless Bo plays out of his mind for the last month of the year. Berrios, I'm gonna go with Berrios.
Okay.
Like if he is as bad as he was last year, we're in trouble. Like we still have him signed long term for big money, and he went from being like, if he was going to be our number 3 starter, like that was awesome. Like imagine having Jose Berrios as your number 3 starter. And this season, we're only asking him to be a competent number 4 starter. Like if we can get Minnesota Jose Berrios to be our number 4 starter, like we're rolling. Like we're rolling. Like we're gonna have such a great, I don't even worry about the 5th starter because our top 4 will just be amazing. So I think Berrios needs to have that bounce back year. Like he's very important to the depth of our starting pitcher. Like allowing him, like if he can go out and start pitching 6, 7 innings every start instead of like 3, like our bullpen issues that we had are like they're lessened. Like I think a healthy, strong, you know, I'm not even saying he has to pitch lights out. I just if he can keep his ERA 3.7 around there, he would just make a world of difference for this Blue Jays team. In saying that, I mean, if Bo shits the bed, we're probably not going to be good. If Vladdy shits the bed, we're probably if Springer's hurt for 140 games, like we're probably going to be in a little bit of trouble. But I think having 4 really really good starters is this going to make a world of difference. Like we just saw how our bullpen was overused last year, and it hurt. And Berrios was a big reason why it was overused.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Berrios definitely a big guy for us. I also agree with you on Vladdy and Bo. I think Vladdy is the uh this is a weird way of saying this, but the least impactful on this team based on his variance. I feel like if he hits 50, it's all icing on the cake for us. I can't,
Yeah.
as long as he's healthy, I can't see him hitting less than like 25 to 30 home runs.
Oh
Like
no,
worst
he'll
case
hit
scenario, he's
30.
a 27, 28 home run guy
Oh
with
yeah.
a high 280s average. And I just feel like even in a bad Vlad year, we're still, as long as everyone else is doing what they're doing, we're going to limp our way to 90-ish wins. with
Yeah.
a bad
Yeah,
Vlad season.
like the thing with Vlad, like a bad Vlad year is still like we considered last year like,
Mhm.
oh, it was a bad year for Vlad.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, he was still awesome, and I
Yeah.
mean, he was very streaky last year.
Mhm.
I think that kind of skews people's opinion of it. Like he would go on these tears where he'd hit 8 home runs in 6 games, and then he wouldn't hit anything for five
Yeah.
games. But I think you're right with Vladdy. Like he's
Isn't
his
that weird to say that like whatever
his
we get
floor
from
is so
Vladdy
high.
is I guess that's
Yeah,
the
like his floor is so high, it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
Like he's not hitting 18 home runs next year with a 230 average. He's just not.
No.
Like
No.
so I agree on that point that Vlad is probably our least impactful
Isn't
impact
that
guy.
weird way of saying that, eh?
He's gonna be great no matter what.
Uh, all right. So he may be our MVP, but he's not our most important player in a weird way.
I
And I mean that as a
yeah,
compliment. I mean that as a
no, it's
compliment.
a complete compliment. I mean it, but you're right. Like I don't think there's gonna be a huge difference between if Vlad hits 35 and he hits 50. I mean,
So
the only thing that's going to change is MVP voting.
yeah.
That's it.
I'll also, to a little bit lesser of an extent, extend that same philosophy to almost every offensive player on our team.
Yeah,
With the exception of maybe Matt Chapman. I think Matt Chapman's offensive floor is the difference in him. Like he could definitely be a 20 home run guy who hits 218, but is a gold
yeah,
glove, so we don't care. He could also do what Marcus Semien did and put up 50 home runs for it. I know it wasn't 50, but 48, whatever, 45.
close
Um,
enough. Oh no, like
that could be a big boon for us if we are able
oh
to
man,
have a mega
it's
offensive season for Matt Chapman on top of a Gold Glove caliber
yeah, it's
defensively,
contract year for Matt.
which is another great point.
Like I think contract year Matt Chapman is like a 6'4" dude. Like I think he is going to mash this year
I think so
because
too.
he's seeing the money that's getting thrown around.
Yep,
Like he everyone seems to think that Matt Chapman is this over the hill guy. He's not even 30. Like he could legit get a 10-year contract,
totally,
that pays 28 or 30 a season. Like the money is just ridiculous. And
totally.
if you don't think the players see this stuff, like Chapman is going to be as motivated to just mash this season
Here,
as
here,
he's ever been.
here's another thing with Matt Chapman. Showed a lot of warning track power last
Yeah,
year, and the fences
yeah,
coming in. I
yeah.
mean, just with the
And
fences coming in, he goes from a 27 home run guy to a 35 home run guy
yeah.
with the
Well,
same
and
exact season.
the thing with the walls coming in, everyone's like, well, they're raised higher. So, but the thing with Matt
Doesn't
Chapman,
matter over a fly ball.
like he is hitting
Yeah,
towering fly balls. He's not Vladdy who's line driving it. Like
yeah.
Matt Chapman does not lack for launch angle.
No,
Like the height of the wall does not matter. Like I think he is going to have like you said. Like I think he can hit 40 this year.
I do too.
Like I think he can. I mean, is he going to? I don't know, but he is the type of swing, the type of power that like this ballpark is made for now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's gonna have a monster year.
I love it. It sounds like I just said Matt Chapman is the most make or break guy for this Blue Jays team, but I'm actually going with a pitcher,
Okay.
not Jose Berrios, but I'm going with Alec Manoah.
Yeah. No.
It is. I mean, I am so hopeful that he could take another step forward, or even do what he did last year. Would still feel like a step forward because just what he did last year was so awesome. But man, if he regresses, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Berrios is a great one, but also I am a little bit worried about Alec Manoah. He's given me no reason to worry, and that's why I worry. Isn't that weird?
But that's the thing. We've never seen his floor. Like all we're seeing is like it's all ceiling with this dude. You know what I mean? Like the second he became a Toronto Blue Jay, he has been our best starter. So like it's I mean, we're all. I think that's just like the sport fan in us. It's just like, well, when's this bubble gonna break? Like this shit can't last forever.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. I've never seen Alec Manoah's floor. Like even his starts where he doesn't have his stuff, he still throws 7 innings and gives up 2 runs. Like
I know.
might do it like a bit ugly, but he's still doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I mean, yeah, if Manoah shits the bed, we're probably in a lot of trouble. But I mean, every team, if Garrett Cole shits the bed, the Yankees are in trouble.
Yeah.
So
I know. All right. Well, best of luck and best of health to all our Toronto Blue Jays in 2023.